19 mods, 7 updates and a map. Mods are here, let's go. So the first update we got is Wind Turbine package. This is by Razak, 1.69 megabyte on the download. And the changelog for that, it's got English and French description fixed. The wind turbines are now turning in the right direction and the speed has been adjusted. Got an update for the barn with garage by Matej Mods, 20.62 megabyte on the download. Changelog for that, it's got improved textures, minor fixes and new barn added. Got an update for the offset mass holder by Fred Modding, 2.28 megabyte on the download, and in the changelog for that it's got improved textures. Got an update for the multi-purchase pallet by John Wayne 1930, 1.03 megabyte on the download. Changelog is saying added lizard IBC for liquid fertilizer, herbicide, diesel, water, milk and digestate. The Lizard SR series by AFS Mods had an update, 5.1 megabyte on the download. Fixed discs that were not spinning is in the changelog. We've had an update for the Lizard S Series 25D by Pascal Kaut, 7.25 megabyte on the download, and that's got fixed indoor camera. And the last update for today is the Case IH Optum by Pomfritz, 18.96 megabyte on the download. The changelog's got fixed colour choice, added engine variant 250 CVX, reversing lights fixed, Isobus connection installed at the front and rear. So our first mod for the day is M82 Water Hose by Moppy82, 1.61 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it in the construction menu and under buildings and tools. So there it is, 150 to buy. Obviously place it down. This is going to be for your filling up tanks for your greenhouses or your animals. A little water hose design. Nice and small on the footprint. You'd be able to get it quite close. I mean, I'll place that down without using the place anywhere function, the Y button if you're on Xbox. But I still got pretty close to that shed anyway. Yeah, I like that. Next up is Old Plaster Barn. This is by User555, 4.88 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it in the construction menu and under sheds. So we'll scroll along to find it. There we are. 55 grand to place down. Obviously, it's a shed. Barn, whatever you want to call it. So you will open those doors. Watch yourself that you don't, like I just did, get hit in the face. There we are. Get a bit closer, that'll do the job. If you get too close, you're going to hit yourself in the face, aren't you? I mean, it's not the biggest openings, I must admit. But then again, if you've got small equipment or small vehicles on the go, you fit them in there nicely. And I like the design on the doors. It's like a cheap version, something that you'd knock up. You know, if you're doing it yourself, make your own barn, so to speak. That's better. Close the door. There we are. Yeah, you put up some plywood doors. Nice and cheap and easy. Yeah, I like that. Very nice. Right, next up is Slurry Storage by IKUH, 0.64 megabyte on the download. You're going to find them in the construction menu and under silos is the first one. So we'll scroll along to find it. There it is. 160 grand to buy. 5,687,000 capacity. But it's huge. It's absolutely huge. I mean, we've got one there, so I'm zoomed all the way out. If we go over on our start farm, I mean, look how big it is. Oh, it's massive. And obviously the extension, if we go into extensions again, there it is, 150 grand to buy. Same capacity on that, same size. They're massive. Absolutely massive. So if you've got a load of slurry that you need storing, this could be just the ticket for it. Obviously load in, load out at the front. I do like them. I mean, big, yes, very. But if you've got a lot of cows or a lot of pigs on the go, you're going to need something big to store the slurry. Oh, very nice. Right, next up is Square Slurry Storage. This is by User555, 0.71 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it in the construction menu and under silos again. So scroll all the way to the end. There we are. 32 grand to buy, 150,000 litre capacity. Obviously not as big as the previous two. A bit more manageable. So you load in there. No, you take out there, sorry. And then you load in there. Have a little jump up. Nice big pit of slurry, shall we call it? Obviously we all know what it is. Another S word. Yeah, I mean that's not too big on the size of it. Yeah, I can fit that in nicely. It does stink down here though. Dear oh dear. Very nice. Right, next up is small silo pack. This is by Didec96, 7.79 megabyte on the download. You're going to find them in the construction menu and under silos. So if we go into there, we'll scroll along. Now there's a strange thing that's happened with this, because we've got 6 there, but there's not 6 in the pack. There's 2 in the pack, but they've tripled. I mean, you got that first one there, the feed silo with dimensions of 10.5 by 4 meters. It's the same for the next one and the next one, and then we go to the bigger one, the 20 by 6, again and again, which is random. Really is random. I mean, a small one, so I get that placed into your farm quite nicely. Obviously, the smaller they are, the less you're going to get in them. But if you haven't got a big silage operation on the go anyway, you're not going to want something massive, are you? Yeah, I like them. Very nice. Right, next up is the Case IH Slice Weight by Camillos 0397, 0.83 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under weights. So it's a 610 kilo weight for 800 pounds, euros or dollars, whichever you're playing with. The options you got there are 610 as standard, you then have 730 or 610. That's your options. Obviously, if you need a weight to keep the front end of your tractor down when you're pulling something heavy, yeah, this could be very nice indeed. Right, next up we got the MaxiPushing Fork. This is by Fred Modding, 5.07 megabyte on the download, and for some reason they're under the levelers section, even though they're forks. Okay, the 2 options we got there are a 3,000 litre capacity for 15 grand or a 2,400 litre capacity for 10,000. It's going to do your grass, hay, manure, silage, chaff and straw. There is no options on any of them. They come as they are. And if you got a load of that stuff on the go you need forking out, yeah, be alright, these are. Right, next up is the Holaris Jumbo. This is by Hulkenberg, Fent, 103S and Luke. 4.03 megabyte on the download. You're going to find this on the levelers. So this is going to require 70 horsepower from your tractor. It doesn't have a working width, mind you, but then it's a leveler. You don't want anything too big because you're in your bunker silo and you've got walls to go against. 7.5 grand to buy. Obviously, no options. Yeah, I like that. Those bits fold down at the side. Very nice. Got some leveling on the go. Got your bit of chaffage on the go. Yeah, I like that. Right, next up is the Pottinger Servo II. This is by User555, 1.55 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it under plows. This is going to require 50 horsepower from your tractor. Oh, 1.2 meter working width. I mean, what? You're going to get nothing done in a day with 1.2 meter working width, though, are you? That's going to take you forever. You're going to miss your lunch. You're going to miss your tea. You're going to go home in the dark and get nothing done. That's all I'm saying. 7 mile an hour working speed, 9,600 to buy. Now this is very similar to the Servo 25 we've already got in the game. The only difference is it's got a lower horsepower requirement. So the base game one, the Servo 25, 85 horsepower. Obviously this one's slightly heavier as well by about 40 kilo, but only requires 50 horsepower. Still small though, 1.2. Right, next up is the Lizard Stonehog 430 Cultivator. Oh, what a name. Stonehog. It's like, give me all the stones. I'm going to keep them all to myself. Right, this is by AW Modding Stoneweight Design ABP Team. 1.13 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it under Cultivators. So it requires 100 horsepower from your tractor. Oh, scrape by without a 3 meter warning. 3.5 meter working width, 9 mile an hour working speed, 5 grand to buy it. The options you've got there are main colour and changes the main frame. Yeah, that's alright, that is. I mean, it's just in the okay category, very just. But by a cat's whisker, it's just got in. But if you've got some small fields on the go, though, could be alright, that. Right, next up is the Unia Tur Pack. This is by Hadgetown Mods and QWERTY, 13.15 megabyte on the download. You're going to find these two under plows. Now, oh dear. The Tur 4 has got 1.6 meter working width, and the Tur 4 plus 1 It's got 2 meter working with. Oh, what's going on? The 4 requires 80 horsepower from your tractor. The 4 plus 1 requires 100 horsepower. That's small. That is small. It's like the previous plough we've just seen. The Servo II. That's just, you're not going to get anything done, are you? Oh dear, oh dear. They both got the same options. We'll look at the Tur 4. So you got options there. Type of cut. Section 1, 2, or 1. Don't really seem to. Oh, it's changing that disc on the top there. Right, got you. Type of security. Screw fasteners, shock protection, or screw fasteners, shock protection. Oh, it's got some leaf springs on the top. Fair enough. Wheel setup. Standard. Standard 2, 3, or standard just changes the style of tread. Well, 2 and 3 give it more of an off-roady feel. Okay. Main colour is red. You can change it from red to a red. That hasn't changed any colour. Green to a green. That hasn't changed the colour at all. And then rims. It's those colour options may well just not have been there because they're just all the same. Red, green, and red. Dear, oh dear. Those 1.6 and 2 meter. Shocking. Right, next up is the John Deere 1590 no-till drill. This is by Casarius Modding, 13.76 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it under seeders. So this has got a 2026 litre capacity on the seedage, 85 horsepower requirement from your tractor, 4.5 metre working width, 9 mile an hour working speed, 41,590 to buy. This reminds me of one we had on 19. That was quite square as well. Anyway. Got the options there. Ridge markers, no or yes. And you got capacity, standard. And then you got solid fertilizer tank. Puts the total capacity up to 2,506. Then that's not all going to be seed, though, is it? Because you're going to need to put fertilizer in with that bit. Puts that bit at the front. Yeah, that's all right, though. Very nice. Right, next up is the John Deere 71 Flex Planter. This is by Sluitches Modding, 3.94 megabyte on the download. And as you can imagine by the name, it's going to be in the planter category. 1200 litre capacity on the seedage. You then got a 100 horsepower tractor requirement, 6 metre working width, 9 mile an hour working speed, 12.5 grand to buy. The options you've got there are triangle, no or yes. Puts that in the middle. You can change the main colour. Fiberglass changes the style of the pods for the seeds to go in, and then design colour, we'll go for green, changes the colour of the wheels. Yeah, you've got a John Deere farm on the go. That'll fit in nicely. Right, next up is the liquid transport and sprayer pack. This is by Schultz Modding, 6.22 megabyte on the download. You're going to find all 4 of these under the miscellaneous category. So these are all going to do your water, milk, maple syrup, that's interesting, diesel, DEF, herbicide, liquid fertilizer, digestate, 2 lots of slurry. Didn't even know we had 2 lots of slurry. Oh, it's got 2 icons there. Oh, and another digestate. Why have we got 2 lots of slurry and 2 lots of digestate? Oh, and another liquid fer and another herbicide. Why have we doubled up on the icons? It's only on that front one. What's going on with that one? Dear, oh dear. Shocking, although that last one doesn't do maple syrup. Alright, we'll carry on. So you got the first one there, the transport sprayer. We'll go into that. 2,100 litre capacity, 12 mile an hour working speed. Obviously, it's a sprayer. So you can put this on the back of a pickup truck if you like to. If that's the sort of thing you're into. And it will spray out. It doesn't give a working width, mind you. Okay, 1,500 to buy. The options you got there. So standard 2,100 litres. Can have an unreal capacity of 10,000 litres. Or back to 21. You can change the main colour. Oh, chrome blackout one. Oh, yes, black shiny. Oh, I like that. Then design colour. Oh, it changes the pipe work underneath. You can see that? You spin around. Oh, excellent. Then if we go into the Abbey attachments parts, we've got the 550 there. So again, This is going to be just a tanker, to be fair, because there's no sprayer option on the back. So you've got 2100 to start with once I put my teeth in, and then 10,000 if you want to. Again, change the colour. We'll go with a old Citadel New Age. That Citadel, isn't that like the big library in Game of Thrones? Carry on. And you can change the rim colour if you want to. Then we've got the 1600, so that's got a 6,100 litre capacity as standard, or the 10,000 litre Unreal if you want to. Again, old Citadel. Oh, that was it. It's the old Citadel Game of Thrones, wasn't it? There you are. You can change the colour as well. I mean, that one's got the extra bed on it, hasn't it? The extended bed. And then the last one, again, same as before, 13,250 litres. Although this is a nurse tank, so it hasn't got the sprayer bit on the back. You can have the capacity standard or Unreal at 40,000 litres on this one. Change the main colour. Same again. So obviously you're going to put this down somewhere. Maybe you just leave it on the back of a low loader or something like that, or just leave it on your farm. Entirely up to you. Oh, I like them. That's a nice pack. Right, next up is Seed Runner. This is by Schultz Modding, 7.51 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it under Auger Wagons. It's got an 8,000 litre capacity, 7.5 grand to buy. The options you got there, I'll change the main colour to any one of those. We'll go dark green, why not? And design colour, we'll go with an orange. Changes those bits underneath. Oh, and the ladder. Yeah, obviously it's not trailed, so you're going to have to put it on some sort of trailer. So you just hook the forklift truck in between those two little holes there and lift it up onto something. Now there is a warning on the website. It says when full, they are very heavy. It is best to move them with no product inside. Fair enough. Obviously it would be, because it holds all that seed at the top. That's alright, that is. Right, next up is the Crampy Big Body 750. This is by Schnibble Modding, 4.18 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it under trailers. So this is going to do pretty much everything in the game. Loose crop style. It won't do grapes, but apart from that, it'll pretty much do everything else. 20,000 litre capacity to start with. 31.5 grand to buy. Then you've got the usual shenanigans with the wheel brands and the tyres. Then you've got window, no, or plastic plate. Metal plate or no, so that's that bit on the front. You've got no, got plastic plate there, metal plate or none at all. Then capacity, so 20,000 to start, 37.5 with the extension or back to 20. You change the main colour to one of those four. Oh, that's a bit bright. Hold on, let's go with green. That's better. Then rim colour, white or silver. Yeah, that's alright, that is. Got some trailerage on the go. Very nice. Right, next up is the John Deere 1075 hay wagon. This is by Rooster Mods 46 Mods. 7.2 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it on the bale loaders. Now this will do, it says there 153 bales. But, before we go wild, it's 153 small bales. So if you've got 153 large bales, it's not going to pick them up. It's the small bales that it does. Right, okay. 8 grand to buy. The options you got there are auto loading with no straps. Straps, no auto loading. Auto loading and no straps. Straps, no auto. Why would you... So basically you can have it with auto loading for the bales. And if you use it for anything else, you can't strap it down. Or you can buy it without the auto loading and use it as a normal trailer where you can strap stuff down. Okay, fair enough. And design, you got old logo. Where is the logo? No logo on it. New logo. There's no logo. Oh, they're right underneath there. Oh, I see, you're hiding away. Okay, fair enough. Then we got head rack, yes or no. So yeah, if you're going for the pallet one, maybe you wouldn't have the head rack on it. Just leave it off. Keep that head rack for doing bales. Then you got a warning equipment, none. SMV triangles, that's around the back there, or none. And you got design colour, changes the main bed. Yeah, that's alright, that is. I mean, it'd be great if it had auto loading and straps, so you didn't have to keep going back to the shop and change it over if you bought it, mind you, but that'd be alright. Next up, we got the Adco Ideal. This is by Marcus LS Modding Team, 18.83 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it under Harvesters. So this starts off with a 451 horsepower engine, 24 mile an hour top speed, 12,500 litre grain tank, 419.5 grand to buy. So the options you've got here, engine setup. So it goes with the Ideal 7 to start with. Then you've got the 8, so that puts it up to 538. Got the 9 to 647, but that also puts the grain tank up there, doesn't it? So the 7's 1250, 8's 1250, the 9 is 17,100 litre capacity with a 647 horsepower engine. The 10's got a 790 horsepower engine, and we're back to the 7. I mean, you would go for the biggest one though, wouldn't you? I mean, that's just me. We'll carry on. Usual shenanigans with the wheel bands and the tyres, but there is a crawler track option if you want to. Then you've got design, so you can have Fendt or Massey Ferguson. I'd go with Fendt because I'm a Fendt fan. It's just what I like. Then you've got design, steering wheel, ideal drive, or steering wheel, so you have the joysticks or the steering wheel. Then you've got design without a tablet, with a tablet, or without. That puts that inside it, doesn't it? Get a better look. There you are. You've got design, again, no warning signs, front warning sign, I've just gone completely past it, there you are, rear warning sign, we'll spin it around again, all warning signs, and then no warning signs at all. You can change the main colour. Ooh, you don't normally have that. We'll go for Fendt green. Oh, I like that. Yes. Then design colour. Changes the seats inside. And rim colour obviously does the rims. We'll go for red. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Oh, I like that. I do like that a lot. That is very nice. Brilliant. Right, and our last mod for the day is the John Deere 7810 row crop. This is by JHHG Modding, 24.46 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it under medium tractors. So it's got 175 horsepower engine, 23 mile an hour top speed, 99.5 grand of your hard earned money to pay for. The options you've got there are wheel brands and tyres. The usual shenanigans normally apply, but you have got the 2-wheel drive. We'll go through, and there is a 4-wheel drive option. There we are. So you pick whichever one you want. And you've got mirrors, no, standard, new style mirrors, or no. You need to have some mirrors. You need to see where you've been as well as where you're going. Then you've got extremity lights, no, yes, or no. I like the American style ones. Then you've got toolbox, no, yes. Well, I was just there by the steps. Front fenders, no, standard, or no. So yeah, you'll have them on, wouldn't you? Ladder extension, no or yes. I mean, if you're short, you're going to need the extension, aren't you, really? Just to get your leg up. Back hydraulic tank, no or yes. Puts that there. Exhaust cover, spin it around, that's better. No or yes. Then you got Starfire 3000 GPS. Holders, yes, no. Obviously, that doesn't mean much to us console players because we don't have the GPS anyway. Then attachers, no. Standard. It's round the back again, isn't it? There we are. Oh, I'll put a little ball hitch on it. Then you got weights, so no. Rock box, front weight, 300 kilo front weight, 500 kilo, 800 kilo, 1300 kilo, 400 kilo. Why is it gone? So we start off with front weights. There's nothing on there. You got 3, 5, 8, 13, and then back to 4. Then 6. Then 1,000. And then no. It's just those numbers, they go up and then they just go back down again. It's rather random. Front loader attacher, no. Quickie, Hauer, and no. And then the license plate, if you want to change that. Yeah, I like that. Very nice. Right, we've also got a new map. This is Osada. This is by Roger Play. 290.52 megabyte on the download. And it says a map inspired by the eastern part of Europe with small and medium sized fields. So we'll take a look at that in a separate video. So that's your mods for the day. Drop it in the comments below which one's your favourite, which one you're thinking of using. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, it's muchly appreciated. But for me, that's it for today, and I'll see you in the next one.